I mean, like, I don't even know what this is going to sound like with regular keycaps. These do look good, though. The metal keycaps do look pretty sick on this, though. But we're going to be looking at some full metal keycaps from Awekeys. For full transparency, Awekeys basically sponsored today's stream. I'm still going to give you guys like an honest impression of them. But we're going to take a look at some of their metal keycaps. They even gave me a discount code for you guys. I've also only ever got to see metal keycaps at meetups. I've never purchased a set or had a set in person. I will be sending these back, by the way. So we'll be taking a look. Now, the reason why I chose today to do this is because I think they're going to look so cool on the Holy60. Which brings me to the next thing we're going to be looking at. This is not sponsored or anything. This is just, I'm building it and sending this back, I believe. I know it says tofu. Don't be alarmed. It's not a tofu. I'm pretty positive this is considered a prototype. It's not a tofu. Don't be alarmed. The Holy60. This thing's so cool. So this is made of metal. I don't really care for this Holy60 badge they got going on over here. But everything about this, like, man, I don't know, I'm kind of into this. This is kind of cool. We got some screws. I'm not sure what the screws are here for. And then we also have some feet. I think that's it for this box. Is there any reason to judge the sound? I don't know. I don't know what to expect from this. I have no idea what to expect from this. I love the concept of this, though. Seems like a big waste of material to start with a block. You know what, Abel, you could be wrong. It probably is casted insane seed. I don't have the information on that. But that would make more sense. But this does have a pretty high price tag. I'm pretty positive this is what... I think I only have the American dollars in front of me. So I don't know about Canadian, but it is... I guess there's no way you can buy this without the switches, which is kind of ridiculous. But it is $279. I don't know if they're going to be offering this without switches. Like, I don't know why they don't have a no switch option, but it is pretty expensive. $279. And then you get the PCB and whatever else you need, as well as the keycaps and stuff. They sell it case only? Why am I not seeing that? Here, case only. $119 for the case only. But then you still need to buy the PCB and stuff, so keep that in mind. $119 for the case only. And then the full thing is about $279. Still a little bit on the pricier side for something like this. But I can understand why. Probably a lot of time under the CNC. We have our PCB. Some foam, which I don't know if we're going to use today. And we have two different plates that we were given today as well. FR4 as well as aluminum. So this is going to be tray mount. I am not sure if you can get an O-ring to work with this, simply because these are not soldered in. So I'm not sure how well this will hold with an O-ring. Have you guys seen someone do O-ring on this? I mean, it doesn't come with one, so. Here is the PCB. Support-wise, this only has, I believe, a 6U support, nothing larger. It does have a bunch of other support, though, like you can do split right. It does look like you can do ISO, split on the space bars as well, which is really cool. So we got some options here, just no 7U spacebar, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know if I would O-ring this, because yeah, you don't solder these in. You pop them in. So I don't know if you would. Is this a limited run? As far as I know, no, but maybe Pancake can enlighten us there. And then we're going to be putting these for the keycaps. Low-key, I'm pretty excited to put these on. I inspected these before stream, and I have to admit the quality of these are pretty damn good. These are very spendy though, but I was kind of hoping that these could help weigh down the keyboard a little bit. But these are going to be interesting to use too. Kind of pumped to try aluminum keycaps for this build. Yeah, it's about $200 for these, depending on which one you get. I think some of them start at $180 for these keycaps, USD. Okay, so now the question is, aluminum or FR4? Do you have a preference for mounting styles? I think my favorite all-time mounting style like one that I have been very, very successful with to get the sound profile that I like is O-ring. And then top mount. Top mount and O-ring are probably the two most successful mounting styles. However, some of the more niche mounting styles, like whatever you would want to call modes mounting style, is also really fun. There's been a lot of really good stuff. I think I'm going to do FR4 today. I think FR4, guys. I think that's a... I worry that aluminum is going to be sounding too aluminum, even if I don't use the aluminum keycaps. I feel like it's just too much metal. But yeah, so 119 for the case, and then for the whole kit, it's about 280. I have a feeling this is going to be loud. I don't know what this is going to sound like. And then, I know there's a mix of two different switches in here, but I apologize. Now, we're going to be using some of Gatoron's, I think these are the orange, correct me if I'm wrong, Pancake, but 2.0s. They're just the orange switch, so you can see the magnet here on the bottom. I'll show you guys. Here's the magnet. Now, these are fun. I modded these, and I'm gonna see how these end up sounding. So we're gonna see. I'm genuinely very, very curious. Let's put my, this is so light. I keep forgetting how light this is. Isn't lubing a HE switch similar? Yes and no. For me, it's a little different. So basically, because you don't have to worry about a suction happening because this is hollow on the bottom of the switch, you can actually lube. There was already some lubricant on the pole, but I ended up just adding a little bit more. The springs are also massive. Here, let me open one up and show you guys. Compared to a regular MX switch, I did a very light touch of oil on the spring. So look how giant these springs are. Look at that. And then I feel like the weakest part about these particular switches was they had everything lubed, but they were missing lube above the side, like the top of the side rail. It didn't have any lubricant there. Unfortunately, that causes a, well, not unfortunately, but it does cause a loud top out sound, which I wanted to kind of eliminate because I do feel like a very loud like top out ends up sounding a little bit more cheap. So I decided to go through them all and lube them all. I did a little bit of GS2. I did find that different lubes affected the way these sounded more so than the MX switches, oddly enough. And the GS2 was a little bit more deeper sounding, which was my goal in lubing the switches. Very, very light coat is what I did. And by the way, thank you guys for all hanging out with me today. I know today's stream is a little different than doing a regular keyboard, but I think it's still gonna be just as fun. This is, yeah, this is a Hall effect board. So as you can tell, there's no, because there's little magnet, whatever these things are in the back. I don't even know what to call these. This is the future of keyboards. Pancake, I'm not gonna lie, man, that's why I've been so interested. They are very cool. I just don't know how they're gonna sound. So again, here's the magnet on the bottom of the switch. You guys can kind of see. So let's start popping these in. Now these were modded, by the way. I did mod these. Oh, there's no pins to destroy. Beautiful. I don't have to worry about destroying pins. Wouldn't it have been sick if I had a Spider-Man sticker, like just like the chest of Spider-Man, you know, like the regular, and then this could be like the Venom thing? How fucking cool would that have been? That would have been so neat, so neat, dude. Looks like Venom, yeah, kind of does, right? I guess let's just try tray mount to start, and then if we don't like it, we can do O-ring. However, I think only 2 of the posts come off. I don't think all of the posts do, so I don't know how well O-ring would work for this. Let's screw them all down for now, because we can always take out the middle posts. I don't have super high expectations sound-wise for this. Let's try to be realistic. And I also think the foam would have been a better choice here, but we're gonna go through and build it with no foam first. This looks kind of cool though, no? This looks pretty sick. If you guys ever needed access to the bottom of your keyboard, and let's just say that you forgot to screw in, hey, this is one of the features of this. Let's just say you forget to screw in one of your stabs, right? Well, lo and behold, with this board, you can do that. You can actually go in and screw it without having to disassemble things. Pretty cool feature. Hall effect? Yes, this is Hall effect. Does it have backlighting? I don't think there's any LEDs on this PCB. Oh, there's one for caps lock, it looks like. All right, let's put on some keycaps. We're gonna be using some of these. These are from Awekeys. They're full metal keycaps. Now, full metal keycaps, by the way, guys, have never been, I'd say like good quality ones have never been cheap. I was not sure what to expect with these because I've never seen these metal keycaps in person, but they're genuinely pretty good quality. They're all laser engraved here, and I was double checking pretty much all the caps before stream to make sure everything was like up to my liking. They're pretty good. And they have a shit ton of colors on their website too, which was really interesting too. This is the titanium one. They also sent out gold. They have like different finishes you can get too. Like you can get shiny, silver, burgundy, green. They also have 7U kits, which I gotta admit, I just kind of wish they would. I mean, I understand why, to keep pricing down a little bit, and I get it. But the 7U kits are separate, so you gotta make sure that, respectively, that gold is not it. I mean, everyone's a little different. Everyone can like different things with different colors and stuff. I think the other colors are great. The silver's fantastic looking. But we're gonna use some of these metal ones here. But yeah, they're pretty good quality. Even some of the stuff I was a little bit wary of, like, I was like, you know what I see a lot of, like the number 3 and 5, because they're a little bit finer for their legends here. Usually they get kind of screwed up. But no, they're pretty clean. Yeah, they do have tons of colors though. They also had a green, which I am considering asking for a set of green ones because I have an idea for like an emerald keyboard that I was gonna do. I can already tell no foam was a mistake. I can already tell too. I think we should have went foam, but they also let me know, by the way, Awekeys messaged me about this. They said some stems on different switches are not made equally. But what they did was the stems on the metal keycaps, so to circumvent that, they made it so that if you do need to expand or tighten the stems, all you have to do really is pinch it with something, like a screwdriver or whatever. So they said that if you do have something where it is too loose because of a certain switch or something like that, you can just do that to it. Are the legends engraved deep? Yeah, they're pretty. Actually, they're not super deep, but no, actually, they're not deep at all. They're done pretty cleanly though. You wouldn't even be able to feel them. Yeah, there is some kitting problems that I can see. For example, you're not going to get a stepped caps lock with this that I can see, which is a little unfortunate because I would have loved a stepped cap lock with this. But you do get like short shift. And this does have the where's the W? The 7U kit in it too. We'll try the metal keycaps on another board after this too. Are they worth 200 bucks? I mean, wasn't it not too long ago other brands were putting out metal keycaps and they were about $300? I think for a full set of aluminum keycaps, I would not say this is a terrible deal. They're not like zinc or anything. So they're not like a kind of off material. So I don't think this is a bad price point for it. Again, I think you have to majorly watch out for kitting. That is mainly my criticism. It does look like it has just about everything you need, but if there's something special you're looking for, you have to make sure you have like the right kitting for this. 2 L's? Did they give me 2 L's? They did give me 2 L's. Unfortunate, that's their loss. It's okay. They gave me 2 L's and I took the L. Unfortunate. Their loss there. 2 L's, dude. Damn. Well, I'm gonna see what they're gonna say about that. Enter key, enter key. They probably did it on purpose. Perhaps they did. Let's see, does the other one have 2 L's? L backwards is J. No, that one has J. common keycap L compensated for the big L. They're pretty weighty. Yeah, they're pretty heavy. I will say they're a little awkward to get leveled. Once you get them leveled, they stay there. That return though, no, it's pretty. I mean, it feels pretty normal. I don't think it's slow. Although the keycap isn't the best on this, not gonna lie. The spacebar must be heavy. It is kind of heavy. No, it's leveled. It's just heavy. It's just the spacebar is a little tough to get on. So also to keep in mind with this too. Although I think just the stems are a little loose. Is that what's going on? Because we can always tighten up the stems with this. Alex, if you mess with those key switch prongs underneath the keycap, apparently it happens. It's kind of malleable. Yeah. That's what they said. They said it's on purpose supposed to be something that you can tweak and tune. That's what they had told me before I even like was shipped out these things. They said they did that just so they don't have to deal with like certain switches that are not made up to, I guess, the same specifications. Sorry, Meister, I don't understand that. I apologize. Alrighty. Full metal keycaps on this now. Oh, this made it so heavy now. So we have metal keycaps on this now. The spacebar is not the best in my opinion. I need to either tighten this or figure out something for the spacebar here. Kind of looks like I need to tighten the sides for this. So let's see, can we do that? Do I have like tweezers I can use? The sound is questionable. We'll see. ABS spacebar. Oh, that's better. I mean, like, I don't even know what this is going to sound like with regular keycaps. These do look good, though. The metal keycaps do look pretty sick on this, though. I got to admit. Although, I don't know if it's the metal causing this vibration. Oh, it is a little bit loose still. So we do need to tighten up the stem a little bit. Let me see with the metal, and then let's swap out for a GMK spacebar. Yeah, the metal keycap is very loose. I need to tighten this a lot. Jesus, it sounds pretty hollow, as we all expect it. They should. You know, I'm going to say this about Awekeys. If their intention is to create some sort of stem that is on purpose malleable, they should at least include a tool in which you can tighten things. That would be my major criticism for this. You destroyed the keyboard? I don't think I destroyed it. It sounds pretty hollow. Without the desk pad? Let me try a GMK spacebar. I'm curious to see how this sounds. I mean, it doesn't still sound good. I don't know what we expected from this though, guys. I don't know what we expected from this. Tapes to play. Expected nothing. Believe it or not, I actually like the alphas with the metal keycaps. I have a feeling this is mainly meant to be, first of all, just a really cool looking keyboard. Like, it looks fun. But let's do foam now, because I think you kind of have to add the foam in. I don't think the foam was ever supposed to be like optional. We're gonna do foam like I originally wanted to. It's actually fairly simple to put things back and forth into this. That's kind of nice. I feel like you definitely 100% absolutely have to install standoffs then. So there's no option with standoffs. Standoffs need to be installed. Let's put GMK on it now, and I'm gonna put the metal keycaps from Awekeys onto these ones here. I think that would actually look super slick on this. Beige never misses. does look pretty nice in this. Beige is just one of those sets that I feel looks good with everything, though. I mean, it does sound better with the foam, but there's nothing. The spacebar is giving nothing. Oh, I did miss one keycap. So there's no life in this spacebar at all. So from a sound perspective, so far the case is looking pretty, unfortunately, pretty gloomy. I'm gonna tune it up just ever so slightly more. Maybe that's causing it to be a little rattly, but I don't think so. We just tuned this. All right, so it looks like the audience for this particular case might be someone who's strictly into the aesthetic and maybe sounds maybe a back burner thing. So if you guys really want something super lightweight that you can kind of just like literally toss around your desk, but I mean, like, why wouldn't you go with plastic in that case? But again, I think this is more for an aesthetic thing. At this point here, you probably have to stick PE foam in there. No desk pad? Right here. And that's not from the stab. This is just from... I don't know what's causing that rattling at that point. Perhaps the switch. Yeah, the switch Pancake agreed with. Pocket Nixie. Unfortunately, Pocket Nixie won't work here. The alphas sound okay. I mean, I think even with a normal PCB, I don't think it would sound any better. All right, so before we get to the next part of this, which is going to be us putting this in the Salvation, I guess, to see how the PCB assembly sounds there, just to do like a good A-B comparison, because maybe it is the case also contributing to that. I low-key want to swap all this to aluminum because I am so curious how this is going to sound with aluminum, because that spacebar is kind of fun. So we're gonna do that first, and then I'll switch it up. Then we'll go back to the Salvation part. But I am so excited to do this. Yes, yeah, I'm so pumped up. I'm gonna leave the Artisan on, I think. The keycaps do need to be adjusted in some keys. I am noticing some wobbling, and then they're staying like that. So again, my advice to Awekeys is to include some sort of like tool, because I know these switches are already a bit loose, hence why I was just pulling off the GMK ones. Oh, what's going on here? What happened? Did my... Yeah, the switch is a little bit loose here. They need to include some sort of tool. It's a little bit of a tougher recommend if they don't include some sort of tool to tighten the stems. But it is neat. They are they're really cool. I do want to see some sort of squish tool for that though. I'm gonna leave these on. Dude, why do I keep... What is going on? Oh, it's not even me hitting my camera. It's me hitting the carpet, because I put my carpet further out today. Sorry, guys. I keep shaking that camera. That's my bad. I'll leave these on. I think these are going to stay on for the rest of the week. Are they doing construction? They are. Oh my god, this is so fucking heavy now. I don't know if I like how heavy this is now, this particular keyboard, but... Cool. I'm vibing with that. That'll look cool for some pictures too. All right. The F key is still off. Yeah, like I said, so there's one problem with this. Can you do an add test? Add test? So one of the problems with this is that they need something again to adjust the stems. I know they told me to just use some sort of like screwdriver or plier I don't know if that's a viable option, nor do I want to damage any of these things, especially because I have to give them back. So I think that if they included some sort of tool where you can just squish it, the stems to adjust for your keycap or widen them, that would make a lot of sense. The other thing is the quality is great on these, but I do think there's some potentially compatibility problems. For example, no delete key for that end over there. So I would suggest them looking into that. Price point I would say is pretty fair for aluminum keycaps. I think it's probably a little bit on the more lower end of that. So I don't think it's out of the norm to see these things go for about 200 bucks. Cool. All right, you guys want to see the Salvation? Let me get the Salvation. We'll switch up some stuff for this guy. All right, let's put this back together with keycaps on it, and let's see how this sounds. So this is PBT with the HE Gayron Orange 2.0 switches. Foam FR4 plate. I'd say that sounds ultimately a lot better. It still is kind of quiet. A chunk of it was the switches. Some of it is definitely the switches. Some of it is definitely the switches not being, you know, completely attached to the case. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be fixed there. Is the Holy60 actually a banger, but was this PCB switch, the HE stuff, just not giving it the right... Oh man, I don't know. This is probably going to be a banger. Watch. It sounds so different. No, this is just regular switches. Well, okay. I'm glad we tried all these different combinations of things. It seems like it's just the HE switches put on the PCB that just sounds like ass. I think a lot of you guys were right in it's probably the bottom out's just not there. Something about the bottom out is just not the same, obviously, as using a regular MX switch. Nixies with an FR4 plate. I would not be hard pressed about using this at all. This is actually pretty nice sounding. This is cool. Yeah, I would... my advice to KBD fans is to not sell this as a stock unit with HE switches. I think you're probably more likely to get more people giving this a weird review if this is their only experience with it. I think, obviously I know they sell this case by itself, but I think they should give people the option to just buy this with MX switches as well. Like regular schmegular stuff. I think it makes more sense for them to offer that like that. I will let them know. Yeah, I truly think if you give people the only option to buy this pre-assembled with HE stuff, they're going to get this and they're going to be like, why does it sound like trash? Where's picking this up? I mean, I would pick up the case. I don't know if I'd pick up the entire assembly. The case is cool. The case obviously works with this. So... yeah. 100% the case is fun with this then. Obviously this works. I know it's a tray mount. I screwed in 2 screws only. This still sounds great as a tray. Probably because there's nothing resonating in here because it's hollow. The case is 120. And then I think if you want the whole Hall effect assembly, it's like 260 or something. But I would definitely not do that. I don't know if O-ring will work with this because it has standoffs that you can't remove. So I feel like O-ring would kind of defeat the purpose of this. I wouldn't bother O-ring mounting this at all. I mean, and this is what the HE sounds like in the Salvation, and you know the Salvation's a very bright sounding keyboard. but this is the titanium ones that I took a look at today. Again, my criticism on this is they look fantastic. The legends are nice and clear. They're lasered on very well. The quality of the metal looks good. The stems, unfortunately, I mean, they did message me again ahead of time letting me know this is just a thing that they did. They do need to be adjusted for certain switches. Like, I already know the switches I used on this were a little bit looser stem-wise. So I know they developed a stem or have a stem that can be squished together to kind of tighten it up. I wish they gave you a tool for that. So now we have gold keycaps on the gold thermal. What do we think? Kind of fun. It's gold. Lord have mercy. It sounds like a gold bar. Hear me out. I mean, that's fine, Soren. You can have your own opinion. Sounds fun. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a cool showpiece. I really like this. This is fun. I don't think any metal keycaps, guys. Unfortunately, I really don't. You think you're gonna get like your ideal sound signature on metal keycaps and more aluminum boards. I think where metal keycaps probably really shine is something like plastic keyboards. That might be really fun for metal keycaps, but I do not think metal keycaps are gonna go super well with an all aluminum board. I respect the dedication to the theme. I mean, the theme's here. I like it. Theme's good. All gold, baby. Bam. Look how shiny that is. See you guys. Bye, everyone. Love ya, and big kisses and hugs. Bye.